what we have on this one is a Suburban on-demand water heater. That started giving a code of E6, and what happens is it lights, it stops lighting, it tries to light, and after a couple times then it errors out. So either gas flow problem or water flow problem. Pull the unit, found a big leak, so we're going to address the leak to see if it's a water flow problem. And my next thing would be the flow sensor inside. So let's get these off because it's leaking really bad from here and here. So we're gonna pull these out. This little giant ladder works out great with this. As you can see, I was able to pull it out and rest it here. Now I'm gonna add, so I have enough space so this can be worked on out here. So I'm definitely gonna add some length to this, so when this is pulled out, it can be worked on. So I want you guys to take a look at this, because this is what I'm talking about and why I have so many different fittings. This is considered 1/2-inch pipe, but this is flexible pipe. And even though this is considered 1/2-inch pipe, the inner diameter, the ID, is much different. You know, I run into this with a lot of Grand Designs. They like to use this flexible hose, thin wall, and basically what you have is this. When you put the fitting in, see all that wiggle room? These are 1/2-inch fittings. They're made to fit snug. I can't even put that in without putting a lot of pressure on it. But with this, so they're using a 17.5-inch ear hose clamp, and it's over cramped, as you can see, because the hose is too big for the fittings they're using, which are standard 1/2-inch fittings. So I gotta do something with this. I have some things that I can remedy this issue with, but that definitely is a part why this is leaking, because you can see this pipe is just too big for these fittings. I wish they would really stop doing this and use the right pipe. They could have used hard pipe all the way down, took them more time, and they would have had to use more joints, you know, 90s and whatnot, but the crimps would not, the connections wouldn't fail like they have here. So let's see what we have that will help us to remedy to this. So I bought some fittings that are slightly larger. It's almost the size of a 3/4. That's a 3/4 fitting there, guys. And that 3/4 fitting will almost fit in there. So that's how much difference the inner diameter of that pipe is compared to the inner diameter of that pipe. They don't even look like the same size pipe. So you will run into this. So let me look through here and find something that will work, which is why I got these, I think they're PEX A, expansion PEX stuff, so that it will, when I run into this type pipe, I can use one of those, which fits it quite snug. So I will have to make a transition, and as you can see, that's much different than that. That's the difference between PEX A and PEX B, and they're both considered 1/2-inch. All right, so this is what you really need to do this. Now, I use a heat gun and I expanded this PEX so that it wraps around. That's never coming off, but this is not recommended. This is like, I got to get the customer going. And what I would like to have had for this size pipe, you would use a barb. This is a barb fitting, but you have to get the barb the right size that fits in there, coming down to a standard 1/2 inch hose thread. Then you'll take that standard 1/2 inch hose thread, connect it to your swivel, and now you're down to a normal size 1/2 inch PEX, and you can plumb from there. But because I don't have the right size barb fittings, what I ended up using is expansion PEX fittings, which are much larger in diameter than standard 1/2 inch, but will fit inside of this hose quite snug. And then I will have to get a that's why I have a lot of different size hose clamps, and I'll have to find the one that fits. I have a much larger pack of these as well, so then it's a matter of finding the appropriate size hose clamp that's going to work with with the PEX fitting inside. So that would be the next thing. So you have to have, even with the barb, this is true as well. So I would need like the 15 through 18, which I might have in a different kit to work with this. Now I'll still go ahead and put a couple of clamps on this, even though I doubt that will ever leak. This is not the manufacturer's intended use of this type pipe. I'm just doing this because this is an emergency situation. It's cold and I gotta get the folks some hot water. I'll come back later with the appropriate size barb so that it can work with this awful pipe that they're using in this unit. And this is a Jayco. Never seen this on a Jayco before, but hey, it is what it is. So the 20.8, I couldn't find it in this kit, but I made my own kit of many different sizes, and these maximum size 20.8, which is going to go down smaller than that. As you can see, that fits on there quite well with a crimp. That is correct. There is a gap. It's not touching, it's not over crimped. And I use a pair of crimpers that has a torque limiter built in. The light comes on when it reaches the target torque. So now I have my 1/2 inch on this end. I can use my shutoff valves, and this makes it a lot more serviceable when I come back, or if it ever fails anytime in the future. All right, so this is what it looks like as we're going along. I'll show you some features here. That little line sticking up is the spacer, so that you can automatically have your clinch ring placed the exact distance from the end of the fitting. So I like using these fittings. Cost a little more money, but it's such a great feature. Another supply I'd like to highlight are these nice poly inline barb shutoff valves. So I'll be installing shutoff valves on both of these for the in and the out. And here is one that hasn't been installed yet. It doesn't have that feature like the swivel connector, but this is still a great tool here. So these will be going inline, and we'll push this on here, and it takes force to get this on. That's how you know it's the proper size fitting. It doesn't go on easy, you know. And I'll show you the operation of these. So let's get a I'll use this one. Let's get it set up in the tool. Open that back up. I can show you. All right, here we go. Now that we got it started, I can show you. So, proper spacing. And now we're just gonna, this is my weak hand, my left hand. But these nubs help to give you, and you see that blue light comes on, you stop, auto release, and you have the perfect crimp with the space in between the clinch ring, so you know it's not over tight. And that's how you do that. So let me put this all together and turn the water on, and we'll see where we're at. All right, so right now I have the water on, and you can see the little drip because I had to figure out which one was my cold water coming in, and now I have marked them, and this one will go to there. And so if anybody else works on this, they'll know that this is the water coming in, this is the hot water going out. So this helps the next guy out. All right, guys, so that was a fix. Basically, that little black device right there with the red, black, and yellow wire is your flow meter. And the flow meter is rated at so many gallons per minute. And if it doesn't see that, it turns off the ignition. It thinks you're turning the water off. So, this bag's been working out great, guys. Very good diagnostic bag. This was a great idea. Totally recommend it. So let me get some of this stuff put up and move on to the next task.